Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your girl Michelle Olivia coming to you this morning with Short Live, a brief moment of my random thoughts. This morning, not so much random. I did a training yesterday about balance 10 steps to achieve a more balanced life, and it really got me started thinking about nailing down a little bit more of my thoughts and observations about achieving balance. I believe I lead a very balanced life, and I want to share with you all some of the ways that I have gotten there, and how I've achieved a little more balance in my life. For me, it's not even so much about the 10 tips. The 10 tips fit into them. If you'd like to know what the 10 tips are, just drop it in the comments and I'll shoot you over the outline for it. However, the 10 tips for me are just stepping stones. They're parts of three bigger parts to how I've achieved balance. So for me, it's about asking myself three, yes, I'm going to say it, self-reflective questions. Number one was, what is really important to me? I had to decide what in my life was most important. Was it my work? Was it my family? Was it my marriage? Was it my health? What is really important to me? And writing that list down and prioritizing it. For me, my spiritual life comes first. My relationship with my husband, Doug, comes second, and my travel business comes third. So, in order of import, and everything else falls below that. Doesn't mean that other things aren't important to me, but it means that those are my main three priorities. So, when I'm looking at the balance of my life, the majority of my time should be divided between those three things, and then everything else should fill in where it can. So when I'm thinking about achieving that balance in my schedule or in my daily life, I'm of course thinking about what spiritual items I need to attend to. My prayer time, my quiet time, meditation, affirmations, self-care, all fall into that for me. Because I am maintaining my temple in all of those items. Even my health falls into a little bit about that. Secondly, my marriage and my family time. As most of you know, I guard my alone time with my honey like nobody's business. I'm not willing to give up my evenings or my weekends with my wonderful husband for anything. Does that mean I never do anything else in the evening, or I never do anything else on a Saturday or a Sunday? Of course not. Work things come up. I just scheduled an awesome event that's going to be coming up on a Sunday. But it also means that I pay attention to that balance that week, and perhaps if I have an event on Sunday, I reschedule my Saturday so I can spend my Saturday with my husband. So it's just a matter of finding the balance in those times too. The second thing is, once I've discovered what's important to me, what are my goals? What am I really going after that's super important in those main three areas? What are my goals for my marriage, for my health, for my business, for my spiritual life? And once I've got those goals down, it helps me to also tie into my scheduling and what's important. But not just that, it gives me something to go after. If you're not striving for anything, you're not striving for anything. So think it through. The last question I ask myself is, once I've discovered what is important to me and I've set my goals, what am I willing to do about it? This one's a big one, and it's going to be a big one for you too if you decide to sit down and do this exercise and discover what's important and discover what your goals are, but then also decide what are you willing to do about it. By that I mean, am I willing to say no to things that I may have said yes to in the past? Yeah. Am I willing to say yes to things that further my business or my relationship to that which is greater? Am I willing to say yes to those things and no to things that might pull away? Yeah, you have to be a little more focused on what your priorities are in order to achieve and maintain that balance in your life. So the people and things that come into from the outside that don't fall under those main priorities for you, or should not be, or are not deserving of your time, you have to be a little more stern and steadfast and stick to your guns and say, no, I'm not adding that in. That does not feed into what my goals are. It doesn't feed into what's important to me, and it's not something that I'm willing to do. The last thing I'm going to leave you with is a bonus. I have a question that I ask myself before I make a decision to say yes to anything. There are three questions. I guess it's a three-part question, I should say. If someone asks me to attend an event or volunteer for something or donate to something, whatever it is that's being asked of my time, my talent, or my treasure, I do ask myself three questions. Does it make me better? Does it make me happy? Does it make me money? And if it doesn't fall under one of those priorities, my spiritual life, which is what makes me better, my personal life, which is what makes me happy, and my travel business, which is what makes me money. If it doesn't fall under those things, sometimes I really have to take a step back and decide, have a hard decision of whether or not I need to say yes or no. So, what are you going to do today to achieve more balance in your life? How are you going to go after your own balance? It may be one thing that's your priority and you're focused all in. It may be just a few things. You may have children in your life that you have to factor in, or two jobs. Whatever it is, it's up to you how your balance is going to look. Don't follow my path, follow your own. But be honest with yourself when you're deciding what's important, what your goals are, and what you're going to do about it. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you all soon. May you have a peaceful, passionate, and purposeful day.